Hello, beautiful people. I'm Mario Bonds. There is nothing more important to me than self-empowerment, inspiration, and being able to help others remember that they are worth it. But more importantly, live up to my mantra that everyone is human. I am human too. I was bullied as a child for being blind, for being black, for being homeless. I was even bullied by girls for having a big butt. And I realized that as I've gotten older, bullying comes in different shapes and different forms. Discrimination is just a bigger word for bullying. And so today I'm really excited that incidentally I've had the opportunity to chat with Tokyo Toni, who needs no introduction. You are definitely somebody. I'm trying to become somebody as a dream chaser is what I call myself. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. How are you, Mario?
I'm doing well. We got to chat a bit earlier on the phone, and you left me feeling a bit and inspired. And I want to make sure that I tread respectfully for everything that I'd like to discuss with you in terms of what you have going on, but and specifically why I came to you and us having a chat on the phone earlier, if that's okay with you.
Fine, perfect.
Okay, so literally a month ago today, December 16th, 2020 was theoretically supposed to be a day of some dreams come true. And so my family and I, and Nora Bonds and me, we've started a positive publication, and it's incidentally called Jenleeion. We were blessed to have just finished an interview with Dionne Warwick, but prior
All
to
right.
that, prior to that, we had reached out to Blac Chyna's team, which we understand she reads her own emails, and we asked her whether she would be a part of it because she purports that she was interested in entrepreneurship, representing the DMV, and that she had been vilified. So we thought it would be an amazing thing for us to get an interview with her and to do a photo shoot so that she could theoretically be on the cover to supposedly show her in the more positive light that she wants to reach. Um,
Right.
Long story made short, we were in talks for weeks. At every single turn, they Blac Chyna confirmed her participation. Even the week prior to us flying down, she confirmed her participation.
Hmm.
She had discussions with us about what we would that all we would need to do was pay her makeup artist because she's from DC and she would love to rep DC for this. Even to the day before, she confirmed her call time, everything. Now we scraped together money to fly people across the country to get to California for this opportunity. Whether we're talking about, Dev from TV Studios, whether we're talking about my best friend Lamar, and even us booking, Zavara Loft, which Blac Chyna currently follows, to get this opportunity. So we get there, we get everything ready. The place is secure. We go out, we, do all the usual things, buy food, make sure everything was going to meet all of the writer demands that she had sent over. So then you get to the day of production, again, having have confirmed her call time, and then they started texting Blac Chyna and some individual named Larry that works with her, telling us that, oh, she's so sorry. She's early in the morning. She's so sorry that she's late because her call time was 11. Her call time was 11, and so by 12 o'clock they weren't there. And we tried to get in contact with them. They said, "Oh, we're so sorry. We're wrapping up press for WeTV." And so we say, "Okay, well, that makes sense, and maybe she'll be here at 1." Or maybe it's the typical, celebrities keep people waiting. They continue to saying that they are coming. Then when they left, at this point we're communicating directly with Larry, because I quote this, and all of this stuff is documented. Blac Chyna had gotten in contact with us and asked who's going to be the point of contact because I would like my assistant Larry to deal with it from now on. They even sent us a screenshot of their navigation showing us that they were 47 minutes away from the studio. Then they went dark. No replies. So 1 o'clock turns into 2 o'clock, to 3 o'clock, to 4 o'clock, to 5 o'clock, to 7 o'clock, to 8 o'clock. Finally, us feeling extremely deflated and as if we weren't important enough, we ended up leaving. So all in all, because it's not cheap to fly to California, right? And then, but more importantly, it's the human aspect of it. Like
Totally.
they never had the intention of coming, and totally placated us. And to me, it's like the situation where, like, a really cute person is not really into someone, but privately they tell that person all this wonderful stuff that they want to hear, and then as soon as
Right.
that person tells the whole class, and they're the laughing stock of everybody and treated like crap. It it,
Mm.
it left me feeling really robbed of my dignity, because you had plenty of time to decline. And then after we sent emails, kind of indicating the human hurt behind it all,
Of course, naturally.
darkness, nothing, silence whatsoever. And it was so disappointing, because it's like, we don't matter. We're the little people. So then why did you entertain this for weeks? Did you get entertainment out of dangling a carrot over someone's eyes? It hurt, Tokyo. So I don't mean to seem
No,
so.
no,
Yeah.
no, you're fine. Let it out. Come on.
Yeah, it really did hurt. So that's why it's taken. We've sat on it for about a month, and then eventually I thought that, gee, how do I really deal with this? It said, because in her trailer she talks about being vilified, and motherhood that she wants to focus on music and business ventures. But when you treat people like that, when we all are human too, what does that say? So, and again, it was great that I was able to talk to you earlier on the phone, because you did offer a lot of inspiration that finally made me feel better about this. Is any of this, what I'm telling you here, familiar to you?
Well, as far as the no shows, no, because I'm not in her, in her circle like that.
Yes.
But as far as the going dark, I get. Um, the Larry person, an assistant, never. But anyway, let's call it a friend in need, a friend indeed. Okay, that's what we'll call that. I think that was, for a better word to put it, trifling. Okay, to have a company such as yourself, very, like you say, very inspirational, trying to do things to let people, the smaller people, the little people, feel better, to know that they're not alone. And then to offer her such, in my opinion, such a great opportunity to be on the cover of this magazine, to allow you guys to do that flying. And I don't do no flying. I fly, boy, I'm like, oh my God, it
Yeah,
gotta be
yeah.
something. So for her to do this, the expectations of it, yes, I can understand. I can see her doing it. Yeah. To answer your question in a nutshell, hell yeah.
Well, because she knew we were flying in and everything. Like I said, we gave plenty of times for her to, for us to, even in terms of COVID, we had COVID protocols. We said, hey, it was a week before, prior to. We said, hey, we know that they've shut LA down, but you can do small business. Or is it still on? Do you guys still, want to do this? And they can, we use an electronic call sheet verification thing, and so for me, it's like, to go from that to Dionne Warwick saying, yes, is it boggles me, because is she really focused on entrepreneurship and women empowerment? We might have lost.
I've never seen her do anything that's motivating. I've never seen her do anything that's motivating. However, she has 16 million followers, 16.2, which is declining by the hundreds of thousands, because it was like 16.4. Now it's at 16.2. I question that. Like, why? The internet is ratchet. They want to see the crazy. They want to see the this. They want to see that. She has no personality that can shine through, that will come back and say, you know what, guys? I blew it. Maybe I was tipsy. Maybe I was super tired. Let me refund you your money. Let me bring all you guys back out here on me, and let's nose bump. Let's kiss
Yeah.
and stuff. So as far as her MO, this could be starting something new. This could be the presidential suite, to say the
Yeah.
least.
Yeah,
But to
because
see that is
you do.
it's very disappointing. I'm sure, and very hurtful, because if you're a celebrity, you're up here. You're held. automatically at high standard,
Right.
you know, because you have this many people watching you, listening to you, mimicking you, you know. But if everything is always, then that person would become eventually what? A bully.
Yeah, and that's the part about it. What made it the worst is when you know you're not coming, you put the address in the navigation. What don't you don't have other stuff to do with your time than to pretend, and that's mean. To send a screenshot of your navigation to indicate that you're coming and you never intended to.
I am so sorry for that. And I
Well,
mean, sometimes sorry works and sometimes sorry don't work, you know. And this may be a case where it doesn't work because people have to not so much know about her
yeah,
doing whatever, but the point that these things happen, you
right.
know. And sometimes if you're not very vocal or such as yourself, super inspirational, nobody can really come at you because you don't bring drama, you don't bring the trash. You
Yeah,
bring
and
the
the thing is, I am totally blind. But one of the things is, I don't want to take away from any of it that obviously it would be terrible for her to do this to anyone. Yeah,
but but especially like you say, you're blind.
yeah, and just what I call a dream chaser, and all of this she knew, and I thought that it was great, and that what she told us that she wanted to rep BC. So
Well,
so pivoting to you a little bit, you seem to be in an excellent space in terms of what you think about bullying. So how would you speak to someone? You spoke to me earlier, but to anyone who's watching, how would you speak to someone who's struggling with bullying or having difficulty with self-worth or living in their own skin?
well, let's start here. First of all, we all have something called different, not so much multiple, but different personalities. Okay? We turn them on and we turn them off. That's the
Well,
good.
and honestly, I have a lot of them. If you talk to me long enough, you'll get all 30 of them. But I swear they're all called Mario. They're all called Mario.
but we
Go ahead.
but we can turn them on and off depending on the temperature in the room. Okay? So I feel like this, a person that's being bullied at at any level, you know, needs some type of retribution afterwards, not to mention during. Now, what do you mean by that? Well, in this case with Blac Chyna, she did this to a company that's from her own city, a man, Mario, yourself, someone that's like you say, you a dream catcher. You ain't no dream chaser, you a dream
Oh,
catcher. Okay.
I love it. I
Gonna
love it.
change the
Go
word
ahead.
around a little
Yeah.
bit. Gonna change that around. So
Yeah.
that's what you did. You wasn't a clout chaser.
Right.
See, you wasn't a clout chaser. You saw an opportunity. You reached out. You touched. She said yes. It's a deal. You touch shoulders. Makeup artist. This, that, this. They like, yeah, it's Blac Chyna. Now, because again, and we'll go. This is still in the same course. To be bullied, different level. It is different levels, but it's still bully.
Yes.
Meaning, it's nothing you can per se do about it at that time until you gain strength. Not so much identity, because people that are being bullied, you know who you are. That's why the person bullying you can with you from the beginning, because
Yes.
they 9 times out of 10 are miserable. And these aren't cliches. This is true. Sad, depressed, satanic, and all of these
Yes.
things. They will attack anything that's powerful,
Yeah.
anything that you see that can hold its own, or can't see in your case that can hold its own. Okay?
Yeah.
So to bully someone, you know, and to come back from bullying someone can be great. Watch this. You bully them, and later on you find out, you know what? Damn, I bullied them. Let me be a real one, admit my wrong, and try to correct this thing. But at the same time, bullies are, like I say, all levels, from corporate down to first graders,
Yeah.
you know, and at the same time, it's a DNA strand out here that's bad for that. You know, not
Yeah.
everybody's gonna be a bully. You just got the bad DNA strand and pray to God that it eventually dissolve, go
Yeah.
away,
Because
fade out.
my 10-year-old son is adorable, but he bullies his 8-year-old brother as young boys do. And when it happens, because of how I grew up, it makes my skin crawl. And so, I'll, put him on punishment sometimes, depending on what he's done. And it makes my skin crawl. So when you see bullying in the world and that sort of thing, what is your typical response to it? Did you seem as sensitive to it as I am?
Oh yeah, I'm always bullied. I've been bullied to be honest, from a corporation so far for 2 years. So I totally get being bullied and trying to reach out, and nobody's there to touch and to help. So sometimes you have to go through some things by yourself and stand up and face it head on, whether you can see or not. That's the
Yeah.
question.
And the other thing that I believe in, Tokyo, is I believe in things being a teachable moment. And sometimes when you try to use things as a teachable moment, it ends up being a waste of your time, because of course there was the hurt and then there was the anger of God forbid, how can we get all of our money back? But then also using it as a teachable moment to say, is there some way China could respond to this and understand how she made us feel or anything like that? Do you think that would be a dead end?
Well, well, it depends on the angle you take. If you take it in a godly angle,
Which is not which is who we are. Yes.
if you take it in a godly angle and a bold angle, with your chest out and not fearful of anything type of retribution, any type of anything like, oh, this book is no good, this company is no. If you're not afraid of that and you stand on God's word, you
Yes.
step to it like anyone else in business. First, you tell them straight up, you need to reimburse me my money. This
Yes.
was unfair. You hurt my feelings, but put that first because you're a godly person. You
Absolutely.
you tore my coat. Okay, you tore my coat. You didn't rip it because it can be repaired.
Right.
However, you did this. It's not proper. Nobody wants to slander you, put you down, but it needs to be a teachable moment. And
Yes.
sometimes those type of people, they when they get too big, they tend to forget. So sometimes you have to tap their ass all up in that pocket. Hit that back pocket of Versace jeans.
Yes.
Period.
Yes.
Period. Because guess what? I am. And I'm speaking this now. Because why? She also bullied me. So is another company I care not to mention out my mouth.
I
You
understand.
know, they didn't pay me. I supposed to have hundreds of thousands of dollars right now. I can't even pay my cell phone. I'm on Wi-Fi.
Wow.
Okay. So
Yeah.
that right there should tell you, but at the same time, look at me. The faith, the belief, the know-how, the knowledge, the wisdom. It's keeping me straight.
Yeah.
As long as you have the essentials in life, you're gonna be okay. As long as you have somebody you can talk to,
Yeah.
you're a beautiful environment, whether it's essential or not, meaning beautiful things, art, covers and this and that, but people, you
Right.
know.
So the piece of it about, keeping, approaching it godly, um, it matters. Do you feel like people haven't been able to appreciate that side of you?
Actually, no. Well, I should say yes. People that contact me, that talks to me, I'm on social media at least 8 hours within a 24-hour period.
Yes.
Within those 8 hours, I'm clowning maybe a few hours, talking trash, kicking it, popping and dancing a little bit. But within all of that,
I wish
guess
I could
what?
see you dance, but I'm blind. But go ahead.
But in the middle of all of that, I'm always giving a lesson. I'm always teaching something. I've never been online in the past 11 years where I don't teach, where I don't have my phone number out online, where you can contact me, talk if somebody's bullying you, bothering you. I'm there. you know. But like you said, when it's reality TV and things of that nature, which this is where people sort of kind of know me from now, you know, it can give a sour taste in your mouth because of, like you say, editing and 23 minutes of this or that. But at the same time, as I told you earlier in our conversation, and we just keep it at 100,
Yeah.
had you did that, had you put her on your magazine, I was going to come for you because I would have
Give it to
told
me
you.
straight. Give it to me straight.
I would
You
have
were
told
going
you,
to say.
sir, I would have came for you because I would have said everything on the front of your magazine is a lie. That's what I would have told you. First, I would have approached you in the DM. You act like you want to black out like Blac Chyna, do you? Oh, now I'm coming. Black out now. Say nothing, do you? I now I'm coming from.
Hey, look, I would have ducked down and said, "Hey, I'm blind."
And I'm like, God damn, you can hear. They got the button on there where you can talk to, goddamn. No excuses.
No excuses. Yeah, but go ahead. You would have been disappointed in the cover.
I would have been highly disappointed because, for one, she has not been victimized in no type of way. Okay, first of all, when you are a celebrity, you signed up. I'm not even a celebrity, quote unquote, but you would think, I mean, maybe a Z list. Let's take it all the way to the end. Maybe
That's what I always say about me.
let me get that Z. Let me get that Z on my chest right
She's
now.
gonna be moving on up.
You hear me? But at the same time, she wants to play this role, and it's very disturbing. Even to me, put you in my personal business. I haven't been asleep in 9 days. Maybe 15 minutes here, 30 minutes there, maybe an hour here. Honestly, and she has not faced her shit yet. Excuse the French, but she haven't faced who she is. It says the real Blac Chyna, but it's not.
So in the trailer for season 2, where she says she's been vilified, who in your sense,
Social media.
social media? I see.
But guess what? When you put yourself out there and you do certain things, you can still keep your life personal. We don't know a damn thing about Denzel Washington, man, do we?
No, we don't. Except the fact that he can act very,
Okay.
very, very well.
Exactly. So it depends upon who you are and how much content you want to put out there, whether it's negative, positive, or straight up like myself. So if you put out there, oh, I have this boyfriend, that boyfriend, and another boyfriend every other month, and you have people coming for you, you did it yourself.
It's like
So
you,
I would not
you
consider
invited it.
no, 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 no. She's not being bullied. She's Blac Chyna. She swings carriages at Six Flags. No.
Yeah, well, yeah, and you even think of some of the lyrics that I was listening to that I was going to ask her about if I got to talk to her, were, her confidence, the confidence that she exudes, supposedly, where she says that she's the type of chick she's the type of chick that your wife might turn dyke for, and she's in her word and all of this type of stuff. I did my studying, I did everything I did to put this together, and it was my goodness, I just I'm, as you, I'm pretty sure you are. I'm a firm believer that everything happens for a reason. Like I said, this did happen for a month ago because I was afraid of a mess and different things like that. But I was like, wait a minute, this goes completely against. I don't call it my brand, but I call it my purpose, right? It goes completely against my purpose and what I talk about and why I even wrote the song "Human" and put that together. By the way, Tokyo did look at "Human," and you had me teary eyed. And I haven't cried over that song in a while, but you had me teary eyed when you broke down on the phone earlier after seeing
And you can't help but do it. You can't help because, like you say, if you've ever dealt with it, I dealt with it a lot coming up. But let me tell you who my reassurance was my mom.
Mm.
See, I had dimples, deep dimples. I have a gap in my teeth. Can you imagine, kids? She got a missing tooth. It's not missing.
So let me as a child, so on that to that end, as a child, what was the most memorable bullying experience you can remember, and what was your advice for getting through it?
Woo, goodness gracious. Let's see. Let's pick a moment. I would say the second grade. That's when the most vivid, you know, um, little boys, because I always had these long, hard ponytails. Mom, you should have put some grease on this stuff or something. And but I would have these thick ponytails, and they would be like, "We're gonna take your hair." Okay, I can't. I gotta remember the song. They used to do this little thing where they're gonna straighten my hair through my teeth. So what I'm doing right now, Mario, is I'm taking both of my hands like I'm threading something.
Oh, I see. My goodness.
So yeah, so things like that. My complexion, because my siblings are light,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm the dark one. They
Yeah.
have all of us have the gray hair, but they have that good silky, that stuff like you, Mario. So it's a lot of things from family to school to high school, and I mean everything, even like I said, to corporations. Speaking of it right now.
So how old were you when you developed the grit part of your personality, where you're like, you know what, I don't give a damn, I'm still gonna love.
About 14 when I joined student council. Joined student
Wow.
council at 14, and let me break it down. Student council is the students that a few students that govern the entire school body.
Yeah, I became vice president in my 12th grade year of that.
You understand me? So I
Yeah.
started in the ninth all the way up.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so and it's online. I'll send you a picture. And the funny part to it, Mario, let me tell you how things go. I looked at the picture. I said, "Look at me with that nappy hair," but it was cute though. I said, "I'm the only one in the picture with a suit on, my hands in front of me. All those other kids, plain little shirt, and their hands behind them like they're going to jail."
The visual, I hear what you saying.
Hands behind them like they're going to jail. So your worth early. And it's like I said, it's what's around you that builds your confidence, that builds helps your integrity to grow. All of that stuff. So even a bully can even do what they're doing to you and me now. But yet it will take that to help somebody else. See,
Yeah, yeah,
you've been bullied. Nora, I'm sure she's been bullied at some point.
yes,
You know,
yes.
and myself. So, you take all of these things and you apply them to your everyday life, which is now, and you use it to help somebody else. That is what can get you through. Because even at this age, it's still effective.
Yeah, it does. One of the things I said is, even from mental health and keeping your emotions together, I think people have it messed up if they think that there's some sort of finish line you get through. That's going to be an everyday process, just like you feed your body every day.
Yep.
You got to. I realize that you have to, and this is what I tell people all the time: is that you have to feed your emotional side, your spiritual side, and your mental side every single day.
Yep.
Less, in the words of Nora Bonds, less you end up needing a Xanax every 4 hours.
We ain't doing all that. No, sir.
No, indeed. I'd rather drink a ginger ale, right?
I know that this is your show, and I have a tendency sometimes to be trying to take over my big old mouth.
No. Please.
But let me ask you some questions.
Sure, please do.
If I may.
Please. Yes. This is my real skin, and I don't wear makeup.
There you go. So let me ask you this question. How did you feel, Mario? And I want the honest truth. And I know Nora's in the back, and she can give us a amen in the corner over there.
Yes.
Honestly feel when the calls didn't come back, when it blacked out. Did you black out?
I let me tell you what it did to all of us. Everybody was waiting for updates about our interview and how it went, because we had flown all across the other side of the country, right? And we didn't want to talk to anyone. To this moment that I'm speaking to you right now, if our family is watching this broadcast, right now, this is them finding out how the China trip went. We have not spoken about it for a month because it was that detrimental to us.
Yeah.
And that is the truth. So so my best friend Lamar, he went. He was a stylist there that as well. He's expressed the exact same thing. We have not told anyone about the results of it or how it was experienced because it was that embarrassing. And but more importantly, there are people who lived in California who also came out, and had things that they were helping with this, this shoot being put together by the little people. Although what we do is, we put a lot of work in. I mean, we got Dion, and she understood that we were the little people.
Good.
So,
right.
but
Dion Ward is
exactly
the infamous. Oh, look, on social media all the time now, Dion Ward.
Exactly. And so with that, when you talk about, I can't come up with any deeper word than say I felt so deflated. And then there's the small anger that's behind it, right? It's how dare someone do this?
Yeah.
And that's also what kept us silent, is how dare someone, do this. Of course, you position yourself that no one has any money to just throw away, but you position yourself for an opportunity. Everyone watching knows what it's like to make a sacrifice in hopes to experience something. And it's not that China was the biggest dream in the world, but we're chasing this piece of wanting to inspire the world, and that's what she was supposedly positioning herself to do, and especially in the context of motherhood and everything else. So I just have to say that for anyone who thinks that, oh my goodness, they must have been overzealous or had an inflated sense of their own worth or what have you. Yeah, we dared to dream, right? And dared to go have an interview because we're starting a publication, and we dared to dream, and we were played with.
I couldn't fall apart because you got the editor-in-chief there and everybody's staring at me.
You have only to see the video for Human to understand the purpose behind what we're doing for women's empowerment, men's empowerment. Our mantra is beauty is one size fits all. That's our mantra, right? Then there's the embarrassment.
Yeah.
We had
I know that also well, but go ahead.
We had people come out who were assisting with things, assisting me or what have you, and assisting Nora, what have you, and we're on set for 13 hours. And Blac Chyna's a no-show, knowing she was never going to come after sending us a screenshot of the navigation.
So to this day, as we speak, 1 month later, coincidence, not.
We've heard.
Today makes 1 month, and you have not heard from her since she blacked out from the GPS.
Nope. No.
Okay, and you said she was at WeTV doing an interview, and
they said that she was at WeTV. She was held up at WeTV. This was at 11 o'clock. They said she's wrapping up press for WeTV, and she's so excited, so excited. She can't wait to get. She's upset that they're holding her so long. That's what Larry sent. And it was all a pretense.
So let me ask you, how is it that you, well, I guess you didn't. How do you explain this to people that took that flight? It's across the country for nothing, luggage, makeup, just what?
Again, it was that embarrassing. So what they, everyone does the ritualistic gripe of, oh, you need to get your money back. But there's still the embarrassment because it's like, well, why should we do anything with you guys? You guys are, here's what it does. People are supposed to dare to dream. But what Chyna doesn't understand is when she does what she did, that's stepping and deflating on someone's dream when all you had to do was say no. All you had to do was say, you know what? No, I'm not going to make it. No, I don't want to do this. And we would have happily moved on. But that's not what she did. She strung us along on purpose and got entertainment out of continuing that with us even being in town. Even asking us, what time are we leaving? I mean, that I'm sorry. Now, this is the anger.
No, this is your show. Speak your mind.
That spoke up. Yeah, but I want to be, respectful because I know that she's still also your daughter. But
no, at the same time, listen, bullying is what this is.
Yes.
Teaching an online lesson to someone else, not so much to her, but to the next person. It needs to be said because this is the problem with the internet now. We don't speak our truth.
Yes.
And then when we get an opportunity and we don't, we still bottled up and we take all that extra back with us because we didn't get to say what we wanted to say. Speak your truth, darling.
Yes, because and I'm a person that always believed that time is more valuable than money. And when you treat
All day. All day.
people like their time is not as important as yours, or that you're quote unquote inconsequential, well, God forbid, have you learned anything during this pandemic? That's what I would say to anybody who does that. Like, if that didn't level you for more humility, and I don't know what will.
Well, let me interject, and then we're gonna move on from this question.
Yes,
Let,
yes, yes.
let me interject. Anytime you lie on your mother on national TV
Anything's fair game.
and then put it on first an app and then national TV to go to this same place that did not allow her to deliver herself to you, and the same WeTV that did not allow herself to deliver me. Okay, so the thing of money is a big dollar sign. You know, if it's not like her baby daddy said, a big thing of money or whatever, the humility of shit, it deflates. How about that?
Well, that's unfortunate for anyone who would be that way. It's totally
In the time of COVID, where people are dying, you know, if you look around, you know, even about bullying, you know, you have this movement, you know, I'm human too with the two O's, okay, at the end.
Yes, that's important. Yes, you gotta get the two O's together.
All day, you know, that part of it. Remember, humility. Sometimes we become animals and we lose the human and the humility. And then we fall victim to situations like this. And I say we because I'm speaking for an arrangement of people that are going through the same thing you're going through, and they have to be silent. They're not bold like you to speak up or, you know, coincidence, quote unquote, to reach somebody that they can, you know, refer back and forth from and have them have a voice. Yeah. So
Well,
I mean,
that's one thing that stuck out to me is that it's like it was okay for her to do that to her. I guess from her perspective, simply because. Hang on, give me 1 second.
That face he making.
Oh, I'm sorry. What did the face say?
That face looked like Blac Chyna just walked in the room.
No, I had to mute it. You know, it's the context of COVID and being home. So I had to yell to my kids. I warned them that their dad's going to be doing another talk with someone. Don't be making noise above his head. And I just heard a bunch of feet. It sounded like.
I said, "Wow, did Chyna just walk in the room with me?"
Oh, hopefully my face is still cute even when I look bad.
It is absolutely adorable. Absolutely.
Yeah. But go back to what you were saying though. You know, I think it was really important.
But like I said, you know, even with can we call her? Can I call her Angela? We know we're talking about Blac Chyna because when I refer, I'm going to refer the bad side to Blac Chyna, and I'm going to refer the good side to Angela. You did not Angela. See, notice the words, the real Blac Chyna. Nobody want to meet that bitch.
Understood.
I would say the real Angela
yeah.
White. If it said the real Angela White, maybe we could get some truth. That's a Hollywood figment of imagination. It's a character. And like I told you, we got personalities and characters all up in it. I got a few my damn self. Oh man, don't bring her out.
like she'd have a lot to say.
Ooh. But we're gonna keep it cute.
Understood.
But at the same time, you know, like giving, you know, people don't understand that they think that giving is just, you know, tangible. No, giving is knowledge, giving is wisdom, giving is what you do, a platform, you know, to give people a out. Because some people imagine being bullied and you're shy. Picture that.
Yeah.
You're
And
you're gonna
I
feel
was that
lost.
child. I was that child, actually. You know, I developed confidence later on in my 20s when I realized that everything people bullied me for and people hated me for was the same thing people praised me for now, whether it was me being dark or everything. You know, but as a child, being bullied and I was shy, yeah, it made me susceptible to almost anything. You know, desperate
That's what I
friends and you name it.
right, right. And then you know how much can you get another person involved in your life when you're being bullied on a daily basis? You know, you can't
Yeah.
say like, "Mom, I'm getting bullied." Okay, today, tomorrow, the next day, the next day. Eventually, you have to stand up. And I just heard you, and I'm a very good listener, as well as a good talker. But I heard you just say that you were in your 20s.
Yeah.
That's a long time to gain confidence as a kid. So let me ask
Yeah.
you, how did you get that confidence at 20 after being bullied as a child? That's something I want to hear.
You know, it's interesting is I started to you know, I'll start at the mundane, then I'll go to the more powerful side of it. The mundane part of it, I was like, oh well, I'm gonna work really, really, really hard to make sure that all of those things people said about me, about the way I look, is not a problem in my 20s. So I'm gonna work out really hard. I'm gonna make sure I have the abs. I'm gonna make sure I have the arms. I'm gonna make sure my skin is together to where, you know, as a totally blind person, when I leave the bathroom, I know that I can't put on makeup myself, and I wouldn't wear makeup. I'm a dude, but I'm gonna walk out of the bathroom looking like I got it on, right? That's what I would tell myself as a blind person, you know. So that's the piece of it is, oh, I'm going to really, 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 really work hard to make myself desirable. But again, that's superficial, right?
Absolutely.
That's superficial confidence. So the big confidence came when I realized that first of all, I didn't ask to be here.
Period.
I didn't ask to be black. I didn't ask to be blind. I didn't ask for any of those things. So why on earth am I going to let people control my environment or control
Mm.
my mind with things I did not choose? And that's the reason why I wrote the song Human, because it's like speaking directly to a bully. If you appreciated me for all the things that I am, that I had no control over, and just like you don't have any control over,
Absolutely.
then that's how you can see me as human. So that's what kind of helped me. Again, it's a journey. I have to drink from that self worth fountain every single day, especially as a blind
Mm.
man, a blind black man living in America. You know, I experienced, you know, discrimination. Like I said earlier, discrimination is just a bigger word for bullying. I've been discriminated against for being black. I've been discriminated against for being blind. You know what I mean? So that's why I say I got to drink from that self worth fountain every single day.
Right. Wow. Well, let me ask you a question, and this might be a little bit sidebar, like we attorneys or something.
Go
But
ahead.
how is it being a blind man? Period.
Well,
How
I,
and I'm gonna say this, I'm dead serious because I just told my husband this morning because I do this sometimes, and I'm this. That's why I say things happen. It's so amazing. I sometimes close my eyes. I got so many bumps and bruises from this, but sometimes I close my eyes and I try to feel what other people feel, such as that.
oh,
And
yeah.
I can't, for the life of me, understand the strength in that. It's so much power to be able to live through not being able to see, you know, the expressions of someone's face, or do they like me? Their mouth is saying one thing, but you know, people that can see, you can look through that bull, you know, like do it gives you an extra sense. Like, oh, I can feel this person is crapping me, or you know,
Yeah,
fear, like you know, people
I
get
used to
afraid.
be, yeah, I used to be extremely naive. Like, and for me, it's like even when people hit on me, I was so damaged from bullying that when people would hit on me and give me compliments, I thought that
You
they
mean
had to,
physically hit on you?
huh?
You mean physically hit you?
Not hit on me romantically or try to get at
Oh,
me.
got you. Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
or
Now,
compliment me. I would think that no way, they're joking. I would think that it was somehow an insult because I had been bullied so much. So from the blind side, I went blind when I was 9 years old, and every kid goes through that phase of, am I too dark? Am I too light? Am I too fat? Am I too skinny? Am I too this? But I literally was going through it as a blind child. And so being able to see it first and then not being able to see, from age 9 to 13, I was a demon child because I blamed the adults for being the reason why I was blind. I felt like they made me that way. You know what I mean? And I was a kid. There's no real humble way for a kid to be between age 9 and 13.
yeah.
Um, and it was a big adjustment because I couldn't watch my favorite TV shows anymore, right? And then there were some things I couldn't do for myself anymore. But now at 33, I adopted 4 kids, and let me tell you right now, if you ask those kids,
Yes.
their dad's not blind
Okay.
because I chase them around the house when I'm playing with them. They,
What?
yeah, I do. I chase them. And look, one time I moved
Amazing.
6 years ago. I moved and I took 2 sofas in a house by myself, and I was blind. Right.
Wait a
So
minute.
yeah.
Wait.
Hey, you gotta get into you gotta get into these
Nora.
arms. You gotta get into
I
these
don't believe
arms.
you, Nora. Nora,
Uh,
with Nora, I don't believe you.
right here, he did, but then he had me carrying the TV right with him, and look. I'm trying to guide him and hold the TV in the chair at the same. Can you imagine?
Yeah, but we worked out.
He had me hanging TVs. He's holding the TV. I don't know how to put a TV on mounted, but
So you say, yeah,
yeah, he will.
Super Mario, and I'm not an Italian fat guy.
Hey,
Take him to the store. He will carry all the groceries,
what?
everything. He will bring all the
Yeah,
everything.
but you're not telling it though. Like, especially when we come home, what I'll do is I double up in one hand, like 4, 5, 6 bags in one hand.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
We don't want to make 2 trips, and he blind, so he really don't want to make 2 trips.
So he's like, I'm gonna get it all right now.
Yes.
Yeah, so I'm just like any other parent, I'm tutoring my young children. I'm tutoring my 8-year-old in reading, because the computer talks, and I'm tutoring my 10-year-old in writing, and I'm writing music with my older kids. I adopted 2 teenagers and 2 younger kids, and so
Wow, you are amazing.
yeah, so one of those things is like, so I've never been a person to cry pity because of my disability, but
Yeah.
again, you don't take advantage of anyone, but let alone, my goodness, making that noise.
That's crazy. So if you had something to say to Blac Chyna, what would you say? If she was listening, sitting and listening right now with her face balled up, like playing the victim again, what would you say, honestly, if she was listening right now? Talk to her.
I would say, Angela, what is the true meaning of Blac Chyna? Ruined China? Because everything that you purport to be is not what we saw in the context of what you did to me and my team. We are the people that you placated on December 16th, 2020, who was in contact with you for several weeks. The day before, the day of, that your assistant Larry went so far enough to placate us further and send us a screenshot of the navigation indicating that you guys are on your way after pretending to be apologetic all day long. I would say you are an absolute bully. Furthermore, you're an unmitigated bully because you have no remorse and no conscience for the pain and the hurt that you caused behind all of that. I am human too. I have feelings, I have dreams, I have thoughts, I have wants, and I have skin. And I bleed. You bleed, and more importantly, you speak about your interest in motherhood. Would you be okay if you heard that your children bullied someone else or treated someone else like they were insignificant, less than human, or like their time wasn't as valuable as theirs? Or is that a principle you want your kids to carry? What is your real principle? In your music, you talk about your word. What is your word? Is it enough to just sit back and be cocky and say that, oh, you're so surgically beautiful that one's wife would die for you? What is your real message and what is your real purpose behind the reality TV show, behind the breast augmentation, and behind the purchase derriere? What is the real message and purpose? I've been a motivational speaker since 2013. And the first time I gave a motivational speech in front of a crowd of 600 high school students, I was terrified. But after I gave that speech, those kids came up to me, and one kid I thought he had a horrible story that was worse than mine. But he told me that my story gave him strength to carry on when I knew I had purpose. So what is your purpose? The only time I use the word hate, and I don't like using that word, but the only time I use it is when I visualize someone doing someone else wrong and the perpetrator can easily roll over and go to sleep at night. How do you do that? How can anyone steal from someone and roll over and go to sleep? Again, it goes back to conscience. You want your children repeating that type of conscience? I saw an interview on YouTube where Angela says that she wants to be a role model and teaching her kids how to be one. You don't do stuff like that. And more importantly, how could you be comfortable treating anybody like that? You know Larry. You know what you told Larry to do. You know that you read your own emails. You were in deep communication and had no intention. You could have said no the week before, 2 weeks before, the night before. You confirmed the call time the night before. You confirmed the call time the morning of. Sent apologies saying WeTV is holding you up and you're wrapping up at 11 o'clock. But then come 8:30 at night, there's no more responses from you. And a follow-up email to try and appeal to your conscience, still no response because we don't matter. We don't matter. To Blac Chyna or to Angela White, I'm black, blind, and worthless. It's because I don't have $100,000 to throw your way. You knew that. You specifically said to us, oh, just pay the makeup artist. This is for the DMV, great. And if things went upside down, where's your dignity to apologize? That's what I would say.
Well, this I do promise, my dear Super Mario, she will definitely get that message.
Yeah, well, that would be great. Because that
was
nice.
That message. This is why if it's such a thing of, I super respect you guys. And I want you to know right now, you know, Tokyo Toni, you know this. I keep my word, good or bad, I'm going to do it.
Yes.
Good or bad, I'm going to do it.
Yeah.
So if you guys need me for anything, I'm here with you. We're in the DMV, you know. Don't worry about paying and all of this. If I'm available, I'll do it. If you need me to do this, just anything, because I am her mom. And I don't feel responsible for what she did, but I do, because I raised her way better than what y'all seeing, what you hearing. It is utterly ridiculous to me. Okay?
And really quickly,
it was very unfair to you guys, you, Nora, and your team, and I greatly apologize. Again, maybe the 50,000th time, and I'll continue to, because nothing stops hurt but an apology. Okay?
And that's all I ask. Please call me. This is my number.
Oh, no doubt.
Larry thought that I was the assistant he was talking to. I said, no, you talking to the founder, the editor.
Let's remember that. Yeah, we have the call log entries as well. It wasn't just electronic messages. You know, there were times where we spoke to Larry on the phone.
Let me send you the GPS. Stay on the phone.
Well, then, well, forget. Actually, he said he felt like what did he say?
He said, "Oh, look, I need to pick my face up off the ground
Yeah,
because I thought I was talking to your assistant. I'm so sorry." Here's the
First,
GM.
first of all, with him, quote unquote, being an assistant, you shouldn't even have that much damn conversation with my business aside from what I asked you to do, period. Let's start there. Let's start there. Secondly, being assistant slash friend, I would have said, I think we should go.
He said, let me hang up. He said, let me hang up. He was like, wait 7 minutes and call back. So I waited 7 minutes. He said, well, call back so I can say this the magazine calling right now. We gotta go. I did that.
He said that?
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's how. And I guess you know, to some degree, because I wasn't privy to all of the conversation because I was upset, obviously.
Yeah.
But when you go through some of that, it's total sophomoric, rude,
Yeah.
mean, placating. All of that reads like that.
Mm.
And I'm standing right. So then I'm like, okay, wait a minute. Are they filming? Because I better not pop up on nothing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, absolutely.
It better not be. Because I didn't authorize. Are you filming this out? Like, why I gotta call back in 7 minutes?
And we're
you
here.
can say, call back. She about to call in 7 minutes, so we can act like she's busy or I don't know.
Yeah,
but it was terrible.
It was absolutely terrible.
And I'm standing there with answers to no answers, and I got 8 other people staring at me.
Oh, I know the feeling. Trust and believe me. Trust and believe me. I see that my show they asking me for where they check at. I'm like, they didn't pay me.
Yeah, and for me, it's like, it's like all of the brain space wasted in, you know, journalistic preparation and all of that stuff. I had a nice little introduction set together for it and everything. As this dream catcher was gonna work his thing, you know.
So you got to show them what you had. Everything. Tell about this.
Come on now.
You had everything about Chyna was on here. Everything he needed. This is a braille.
That's a
what is that?
This is called a refreshable braille display. So what happens is you can make notes on it in braille, and it might be.
Wow, look at that.
Yeah, and what you write down here is considered a braille screen. We call it, you know, the braille display, and the braille shows up across it. And if you can see, I'm going line by line right now, and the braille is switching. This is how I read stuff, and when I'm, you know, doing interviews and that type of things, or need to remember notes and stuff, I use this. It's all on this. It's pretty cool. So I was all ready. Listen, I was ready to be a blind journalist.
He was ready. He had all his notes. Everything.
You are really. He is really Super Mario for real.
Thank you. Well, yeah. But before we do end, I did want to ask you. So, what are you up to now? I do understand that. See how I went right back into the journalism?
That's fine. Do your thing, baby.
Yeah, but I was gonna say I did want to ask.
I don't even do interviews. I don't know if you paid any attention.
You
I don't want no interviews, but I mess with y'all. You asked.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you.
Yes.
y'all.
Hey, I'm not gonna pretend we were scared half to death whether you was gonna do us like your daughter.
Never.
I said she ain't gonna do that because Tokyo don't like when people play with people. You know, you don't like it, and like you out there feeding the homeless and stuff. And I watched you for years. I said Tokyo, I don't like people do people like that.
Nope. And if anything, I be like, child, about calling me on Wednesday. We do Wednesday about
Yeah.
No, this is
so tell me, what are you up to? I do understand that you do have a nonprofit.
Yeah, I do have a nonprofit. It's called Tokyo's Family Corporation. But because of the COVID right now, I haven't, been able to exert it the way I want. So I still come out my pocket chair. I got to get the 501(c)(3) so I can get everything cheap. So until then, I still do it out of my pocket when I can. But like I said, because of COVID, it slowed me down so much to the point that, let me show you how much it slowed me down. I got an EBT card.
Oh my God, I put it on the screen, Tokyo. You ain't playing. She put it right on the screen. Look. EBT.
Look, these guys got
it is what it is. They giving it.
Here, we say that again.
Let me explain. Let me tell y'all something. No matter how high you are, what looks like something don't always be what it is. I can drive my husband, he got a Range Rover. I can drive his Range Rover all around town like I'm just this fly low. No, boo. No. See, people in Hollywood, like right now, I am on WeTV with no dollars. My bank account says minus $198 damn dollars. But ask me, am I happy?
All right. Now, yeah, because you are indeed the real Tokyo. I don't know about the real Blac Chyna.
I am still happy. The finances isn't great, but you just wait on it. You pray for it. Get it come. You have good people out here that can say, you know what? Let me see that girl $20. I'm gonna be blessed and thankful. And when somebody says something, I post it. I don't care if they want me to or not. I still post it. I be like, thank you, boo.
Yeah.
But at the same time, you know, like I said about the situation, WeTV, as you can clearly see, you know, I'm on that. And I hate to say their name out of my mouth, but the Zeus Network, they haven't paid me for her show ever. They paid me something for mine, and then they put me on this. She's the executive producer, and unfortunately, I'm going to have to sue my daughter. And I have no problem with it, none at all, you know, or correct this thing, or we will be in litigation, and I'm going to go as hard as I possibly can. You know, it's the thing where somebody could look at me if I go right now and jump in the Benz. Well, that's about to leave in about 2 days, so we ain't gonna forget about that one. Jump in his car, ride around, look cute, put on some Versace, hair blowing, lipstick. Everybody would think, what? She got it going on.
Yeah.
Whole time, baby, I'm on a Cash App whim, waiting, hoping a nigga drop $5 somewhere.
Wow.
I understand.
That's on God, but I'm blessed. Let me tell you how. I'm not being bullied for it. Whereas before, I had plenty money. Nobody knew it. Bitch was sitting on 100 almost. And I let them say, brokio. I'll be laughing my ass off saying, how can a brokio feed 400 motherfuckers a week? I just say, you know what? Get out of here to myself. I ain't never entertained it. Now if they say brokio, I'll be like, girl, give me high five. Give me 10 of them shits. Let's go. You know, it is not a thing of pride.
Right. So I do understand. I do understand that you don't normally do interviews, but you know, and we're gracious that you did do this one. What made you relent on your usual disposition?
Say it again, darling.
What made you change your mind on doing interviews? Because I know you don't usually do interviews, and we're gracious that you did agree to.
Because Nora came straight up and down.
Wow, that's powerful.
Period.
Wow.
I'm Nora, baby. And this is what it is. Dig. Yeah. And I dug and I called 5:30 in the morning. Rolled over, breath stinking shit coming out my eyes. Let me hit Nora. You understand? Because real recognize real. There's just no way around it. You recognize what you are. You recognize what you be around. You know. And real totally recognize fake. That's the key.
Yeah. And I think, and I honestly, what you said is, I think that's why, you know, people are like, you guys have the nerve, but yet, you know, you're able to do some nice things. Like, I mean, God forbid, to get Dionne Warwick, and we're not ABC, you know, we're not NBC or we're not we're not TMZ. We're literally just, you know, two broke black people trying to make a dream happen, you know.
Yes.
And
that's you know what? Let me tell you something, guys. Let me tell you something. The fortitude that you guys have, that y'all got this thing. I'm trying to get with it. It's this, y'all got that oomph.
Appreciate that.
You know that oomph. I can't even really put it into words. It's like drive mixed with a little ambition, mixed with, oh, fuck that. We going all the way in. All bets off. What you gonna do?
Yeah.
Yes.
This is what I get from y'all. No games played. And now you didn't even raise the bar. Why? Because you're speaking about bullying, and because of your new experience in your new time, in your new age, your new business with a new bitch trying you. That's popular. And you never brought her down. It's never about that. It's about lessons.
Yeah, a teachable moment. Absolutely.
Yes. So, you know, if she cannot come back from this, Oh, believe me, she's gonna get all this.
Absolutely.
Every rip drop of it. So if she do not, and this will answer that forbidden question in your head, did she really not give a about this?
Right.
Right.
Because after you hear this, a phone call should be displayed.
Right.
Guess what, guys? Or you can cower it out in text. I like calls, but anyway, I'm old school. You can text or call, but to be more professional and come out of that bag you're in, you know, pick the phone up. Nora, Mario, I am very sorry. I apologize. And honestly, y'all don't want to hear no reason why. We don't care. We want you to apologize and fix it. Now, fix it.
Yes.
We don't have to see you because we done already done all that.
Right.
What you need to do is square our pockets back up with our thousands, ma'am.
Yes.
Or we're gonna have to take that route we don't want to take and bring your ass to DC to court.
Right up in Auburn, okay?
It's just that simple.
Right.
So, even though being her mom, I'm gonna text her and I'm gonna ask her, tell her that we was on here and you guys will tell me how she might can see this because she definitely won't see it on my end. And I'm gonna try to talk to her because she did me bad and dirty again, so she don't want to talk. So that's fine. But she do receive my text.
Gotcha.
And she forgot she gave me that other number, bitch. I know that other number was burning. I'm burning that shit up. She ain't turning that shit on. Look, I got 2 numbers in a DM and a friend. I'm gonna wear it out because she needs to first apologize. And don't worry, I'm gonna dig in that ass in a way that a mother's supposed to, through your guilty fucking conscience.
Absolutely.
I'm not gonna do the topical. Oh, you wrong. That don't work with people like that. You have to get into that soul and be like, these people came from where you're from, struggle like you and I are still struggling, went through all of this embarrassment, money, inappreciative. I mean, come on, and you can't get I'm sorry. Come on.
Exactly, and that's all we would want.
No,
okay, so I'm gonna hit the record in the recording piece of it, and we can keep chatting. But I'm just gonna end the recording piece of the sign off piece of it. 1 second.
No problem, baby. But I appreciate you guys, and we're gonna make this thing happen. And again, if y'all need me for anything, because I'm good at everything, honey. I'm a Jill all trades.
Yes, I love it.
Okay.
I love it.
Hit the email. You got my phone number. I'm gonna give you my other phone number too.
Yes. And now that you know we're legit, not a bunch of creeps, right?
Not all. You're real people, and I appreciate you on some real serious notes, and really appreciate the fact that you have what you have going on with your, I am human too.
Yes. And that's why I'm thankful that you agreed to do this discussion. And so this is the Because I Am Human 2 series. And today we've been talking to Toni, who is the mother of Hollywood Blac Chyna. We've discussed a lot of topics. Where can everyone follow you if they don't already know, Tokyo?
Actually, I don't have an IG page right now, but they can follow me on YouTube at Southeast Tokyo. But if they want to follow me, they can follow me through a vlogger page that's on there. I think it's called Vlogger something. Vlogger. She gonna kill me. But anyway, right now YouTube is fine.
Sounds good. So that YouTube address one more time is
Southeast Tokyo, because I'm from Southeast DC.
Yeah, let me do it this way. You can follow Tokyo on YouTube at Southeast Tokyo, where I'm assuming you have a lot of inspirational videos you put up and just sort of everyday life things.
Yes, totally crazy, fun, wacky, and wild. Knowledgeable and fun.
Fantastic. Well, thank you again for joining. We have 2 segments here at Jenleeion. We have the Jenleeion Circle, and when we do link here, things like this, it's the Because I Am Human 2 series. And again, Tokyo, have a wonderful day. Thank you.
You guys too. I appreciate you. So I'm going to go ahead and sign off. But I'm gonna text y'all later and get on y'all nerves because I'm going up here and try to get these oxtails together, Chad.
Sounds oxtails.
Yeah.
Are there going to be collards with it as well?
Huh?
Are there going to be collard greens with it as well?
Honey, I'm gonna do the works, honey. I'm even gonna fry some damn chicken. I'm greedy, y'all. I got this gut, but it's all right. It's good for the foot.
That's okay.
Y'all take care.
You too. God bless you.
Day.
Thank you.
All right, babies.
All right.
Thank you, guys. All right. See you soon.
All right.
Bye-bye. Thank you for
Bye-bye.
watching. Thank you. Please join us at Jenleeion.com and check out other posts and see who else we're interviewing in the Jenleeion circle. I'm Mario Bonds. Take care, everybody.